This is Angie from Trips with Angie, and today we are touring the Norwegian Bliss cruise ship. This tour will not include the kids club areas, but it does include one of the Haven cabins. So here we are at cabin 10106. This is a forward-facing penthouse Haven cabin. I like how they added the coat hooks right next to the door. The Norwegian Bliss was designed to sail in Alaska, so you're going to notice some differences between this ship and the other Breakaway Plus class ships. You have your own temperature control. In fact, each room in this cabin has its own control: the living room, the bedroom, and the bathroom. You do need your card to start the electricity. We like to bring a card from home, maybe your Costco card, your library card, so that you don't always have to use your stateroom key. You can see there's the couch and the TV for a nice small living room area. There's also a portable phone you can see here that comes with the cabin. One of you can carry that with you, and then the other person will be able to call the stateroom cabin number from any house phone, and you'll be able to find each other on this big ship. You'll notice the balcony is a little bit smaller than what you would expect on a suite of this class, but it is tucked into the front of the ship, and it helps break the wind having it tucked in like that. You are directly under the bridge, so it does make it a lot of fun during docking to see what the bridge sees. Do know that there's 2 locks on the balcony door, the handle as well as this little pop out. Reminds me of the pop handles you put on your cell phone. So if you're trying to get the balcony door open, check both locks. A nice table for breakfast. You have an espresso machine. There is a mini fridge where you can buy things for an extra fee. And then these are all the lights. It took us forever to figure out the lights. There's 4 different settings for the lights, lots of different options. So either have your butler explain it to you, or like we did, you could spend a day trying to figure it all out. Now, this is not included. You'll pay extra just like you would in a hotel, but you can add your own water. So we bought a 6-pack of water and we added those to the fridge. And here's the bedroom. So that window looks out on the bow of the ship. So it's very fun to watch the ship come into port from there. You have a large king bed, nice nightstands and lights next to each side of the bed. And then there's a ton of storage space in here. So here's one of the closets with your slippers. You also get 2 bathrobes, then your own TV, and then these are closets as well. So lots of space, which is good because when you're sailing Alaska, you're going to bring more clothes. You're going to need long sleeve shirts and pants and jackets. There's drawers and a little bench where you can peer out onto the bow of the ship. They do ask you to keep the blinds closed at night when you're sailing so that the reflection from the lights in your cabin does not distract the bridge. I thought that was interesting. And here's the bathroom, the 2 sinks. Again, more storage and drawers underneath. That's where the trash can is. For all of the drawers, you just push on them and then they pop open. The trash can didn't in that moment, but that's how they work. And here's the shower. I have to say, this shower had the best shower pressure of any shower I've ever had. It was divine. I, in fact, even complimented the chief engineer about the shower pressure, which made both the captain and the chief engineer laugh. In the Haven, you have a captain's reception, so you get to meet the chief officers, and that was what I said to them. I think the tub's a little bit small. I don't know many people who'd be able to have a nice soak there, but that is a really nice vanity for getting ready, and it does come with a hairdryer. On Norwegian, the fish all swim forward, so you know where you're going. You could see kind of an outline of all the different activities. Floors 9 through 14 are stateroom only, so that makes it easy. Welcome to the Haven. So the Haven is a ship within a ship. When you book a Haven cabin, you have access to this exclusive area. It also has additional perks like VIP disembarkation, embarkation, a concierge whose desk is there to the right to help you with any dining reservations or activity reservations. You have this bar and lounge right as you enter the Haven. You also have your own private pool and whirlpool. This is a covered pool, so it has a retractable roof, which is great again for Alaska, so you can swim even if the weather's a little bit cold and rainy. One big addition to the Bliss is these forward-facing lounges. In the Haven, it's called the Horizon Lounge. There's also one a couple decks down that's available to anyone sailing. They really designed it to have lots of space to sit and enjoy all the great views. There's a dessert buffet that's available throughout the day, as well as coffee and tea. It is 2 stories, so you head up this little spiral staircase, and that takes you to the top level of the Horizon deck. I will say getting drinks up here is a little bit difficult. The servers come all the way from that bar you saw, which was near the concierge. So that's just something to keep in mind as you determine where you want to set up for each day. Heading back towards the aft of the ship, we come to the entrance to the Haven sun deck. So again, this is a private sun deck just for people staying in the Haven. You notice the chairs are a little bit nicer. They have these double beds that you can get that kind of feel like private cabanas. They have the nice chair pads, chair towels. And then these great windbreaks, because again, you are at the front of the ship, so it can be quite windy. Can you imagine sitting in one of these as you're sailing into Glacier Bay in Alaska? It just had to be absolutely gorgeous. We were on a Pacific coast sailing, and it was so lovely. They have these great bar stools with little tables where you could just set up there and watch the ship sail into that beautiful scenery of Alaska or the Caribbean, wherever the Bliss is heading on your itinerary. There is a whirlpool up here and a shower. And then more of those double bed cabanas and the circular beds. Now we are on the upper level above the pool. So again, even more seating. Now you have a closer look at the retractable roof. This was a very nice area if you kind of wanted to be out of the fray. So people could be downstairs swimming, but then you could be up here just kind of enjoying and people watching. Now this is a small lounge just outside the Haven restaurant. The Haven restaurant has breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. The menus are the same. So this is really important. The menus are the same every night. So it's not like you come to dinner in the Haven and it's going to change like it changes in the main dining room. For breakfast, they set up a continental buffet. You can also order off the menu. They have outdoor seating available here on the outdoor deck. When the ship is full and busy, they also set up the continental breakfast out here. The food is fantastic. We were very impressed with the service. It really is a great dining experience, and there's enough on the menu to keep you interested. So we're here on deck 18. So this is overlooking the main pool area. You can see the water slides and the 2 different pools here on the main deck. All the chairs are facing this way because I'm standing basically on top of a large screen. Now we're on deck 19, headed up to laser tag, which is on deck 20. This is an extra fee activity that requires reservations. It's very fun. You play 3 rounds. I thought it'd be a little weird being on a team with strangers, but the way they set it up makes it very easy. The instructions are very clear, especially if you play with people who've played before. Basically, you're shooting at the guns, and if someone hits you, you have to run back to home base to recharge. I really like that you don't die, because that would be so sad if you signed up to play and you died in the first 30 seconds. Now, this is a sneak peek into Vibe. This is the adults only extra fee beach club. So you buy a pass to this for the week. There's limited passes available. Now we're headed back towards the front of the ship on deck 19. I wanted to show you this little sun deck area because I think it's a little hidden gem on the ship. Again, we're on deck 19 forward. There's a whirlpool and a bar and lounge chairs here. So a lot of people don't find this right away. They just head to the main pool and go there, and that can get quite crowded. So keep this in mind. If you head to the main pool and it's super crowded, deck 19 forward. This may be a good spot to set up for the day. You have a bar, you have a whirlpool, you have a great view. So keep that in mind. That's my little tip for finding this secret gem. And here's a view of the laser tag from down below. So you kind of see it's an enclosed area. Now we are headed down to deck 17. So deck 17 is the deck with the jogging track. It's above the main pool. So the main pool is on deck 16. You can see it here. There's 2 pools. And this was on a Pacific Coast sailing. It is about 72 degrees right now. And look how full this is. So just imagine if you're on a Caribbean sailing, it's really full. You want to get there early to get your lounge chair. You also may want to consider going to that secret deck I told you about, or buying a pass to the adults only vibe if having that chair is really important to you. You can see a great view of the water slide here. This is the gentler slide. The other is the drop slide, which on the other side. This is the kids splash park, and the jogging track goes right through Margaritaville, which I think is so funny. Now we're going to head to Spice H2O. This is the included adults only area, and be sure to look for these little green buttons. I can't tell you the hard time I had when I got on board trying to figure out how to open what appeared to be automatic doors. They're not automatic. You got to find the little button with a hand and press it to get out. So this is Spice H2O. This is the adults only area. That's a beach club during the day, and it kind of gets a little bit of a nightclub vibe at night. It has its own bar, which is great that you don't have to go all the way to the pool bar to have some liquid refreshment. And then a hot tub, lots of chairs. So a great place to escape if the main pool gets a little busy or you just don't want a bunch of kids running around. Back out on deck with a view of that drop slide. You get into that castle, you cross your arms, and the bottom of the slide drops out from under you, and then you head out over the side of the ship. So this is what you're looking at right now, is over the side of the ship. You will never catch me on this slide ever. Put in the comments, would you do this? Would you do this drop slide that goes out over the side of the ship? I really want to know because I am scared to death. Here we are on deck 18 at the viewing platform for the go-karts. The Norwegian Bliss is the first ship serving the American market to bring go-karts to the seas. To find this viewing platform on deck 17, remember that's the deck right above the main pool, you're going to walk all the way to the back until you see the stairwells that go up. And then here you'll be at the viewing platform. The go-karts are an additional fee and do require a reservation. Be careful when you make your reservation because the go-karts host 2 different sessions. One is called a family session, which has the 2-person go-karts you see here, which allow younger kids to ride, and then the solo sessions, which have additional age restrictions. So make sure you are signing up for the session you want. The actual go-kart time is about 7 minutes, but all in all, from the time we checked in, got in the carts, had the 7 minutes, got off and did the safety briefings, it was about 35 to 40 minutes. So keep that in mind for your planning. It was very well organized. And there's a lifeguard in the middle of the track. Well, I guess you went, it's not a lifeguard, right? It's a go-kart guard. Is that what you would call it? There's a go-kart guard right there in the middle of the track. They have the ability to slow down or stop any vehicle via remote control. So be sure to follow the rules. It's also good because there was a small fire on the track when we were there. It turns out black asphalt gets very hot and a little tiny piece of something caught fire. So she stopped all the cars, ran over, stomped it out. It was very exciting. Now, to enter and check in for the go-karts, you do that on deck 17. So walk towards the back of deck 17, and then you kind of curve around and back in. Also in this area is the mini golf. This is difficult to find because it's really just tucked in there. Now on deck 17, you'll find Libido, which is the specialty French restaurant. Okay, now I've popped down the stairs to deck 16. So this is the deck again with the main pool area. This is another little hidden area just off the main pool if you're having trouble finding a chair, or you definitely want to be in the shade. So now you get a closer look of the splash zone. Everyone loves those big buckets. I think they're so fun. And then the screen that I was talking about, see how the chairs are oriented to face the big screen. You can see how this area could get very crowded. So get there early or really seek out these kind of hidden little areas with chairs if you want to make sure to get a good spot. Tucked under the screen is the pool bar. And now we'll head to the Garden Cafe, which is the buffet. Remember, no wet bathing suits. You got to wear shirts, either wash your hands or use the hand sanitizer. And you'll find all the regular buffet stuff, juices, coffee, tea, fruit. Now there's many different areas within the buffet, so don't get caught just going to the first area. Really, if things are really crowded, just walk around a little bit further, go to the other side of the ship, so you can find lots of different options. So here closest to the pool is the burger bar and the pizza. People get lured in there, so those lines can be a little bit long. You also have the salad bar. In my experience, the salad bar never has a really long line. What about you guys? Are you burger and pizza people or salad people when you go on a cruise? Here's the desserts and ice cream. Another tip to try to manage the buffet is to go at off time. So, a lot of people are going to be having breakfast around 7 and 8. A lot of people are going to be having lunch between noon and 2. So if you can try to get there a little bit earlier, a little bit later, the lines won't be quite as long. One thing I really liked about this buffet is they also had an Indian section. I absolutely love Indian food. And we were talking to some of the staff and they said that this is the first time they've done that on the buffet. So I was pretty excited to see that as an option throughout the buffet. And if you are enjoying this video, I would absolutely love it if you would like and comment or click the little logo in the bottom right corner to subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday, so you get a chance to see resort tours, cruise tours, or special presentations on different destinations. So here's that Taste of India section I was talking about. With all of the Indian favorites. I just think it's neat because a lot of the chefs are Indian. And so to be able to taste them cooking their own food, I just think it tastes better than, maybe in different type of cuisine. And now you can see the drink station repeats again because people may be coming in from this side of the ship. And the bar here at the back of the buffet. So you basically have a bar on either end, the pool bar that's under the movies, and then this buffet bar here at the back. We zip down to Deck 8 midship. This is the District Brew House. If you love craft beer, you're going to spend a lot of time here. They have a number of beers on tap, as well as a lot available by the bottle of all styles. It's not just IPAs. They have really good porters. They had some Oktoberfest beers when we were on board. This is also where the sing-along piano player plays in the evening. So if you're looking for that, there isn't a strict piano bar, but you'll head to District Brew House. Food Republic is a specialty restaurant. They charge you by the item. It is Asian themed and has kind of an Asian street food theme. So think beef skewers, noodles, sushis. You order on an iPad. It's nice to be able to see exactly what the dish is going to look like when you're making your choice. This is the Waterfront. This stretches all the way around Deck 8. This was really an innovation Norwegian brought to cruising. They decided, hey, we are oceanfront. We should have a lot more seating and bars on the ocean. So virtually every establishment on Deck 8 has outdoor seating or an outdoor bar affiliated with it. This is absolutely fantastic for both Alaska and Caribbean sailings. The Cavern Club is right behind this bar. This is where the Beatles cover band plays. If you love the Beatles, definitely get there early. We arrived twice, 10 minutes before the start time, and the lounge was full both times. So you want to make it a priority to head down there and get there early if you want to hear them play. Highly recommend. This is Maltings, the whiskey and bourbon bar. They have fantastic bourbons and whiskeys. And pro tip, some of the bourbons are included here under the drinks package that aren't included at other bars because of the way they've priced the drinks at Maltings. This is the wine bar. This has a really interesting black glass tasting. You can see here, they pour your wines into black glasses and then you have to guess what they are based on what you know about wines. A different take on a wine tasting for those of you who've done all the wine tastings before. This is La Cucina, the Italian restaurant. This is a specialty dining establishment. It is included in your specialty dining package if you choose that as one of your perks. When you book on Norwegian, there's usually a promotion where you can pick a perk. That's the Humidor Cigar Lounge. So all the cigar smokers head there. There's also a smoking area in the casino I'll show you later that's glass enclosed. As I was saying, usually Norwegian offers a pick a perk promotion where you can pick a number of perks depending on what kind of cabin you have, specialty dining, the all-inclusive drinks package, shore excursion credits, service charges, just depending on what the particular promotion is at that time. Here's the outdoor seating for Ocean Blue. This is another one of the specialty dining restaurants. When I say specialty, I mean not included. That's a fancy word for not included. You'll either have to pay extra by the item, you'll have to pay a cover charge, or you'll have to use one of your specialty dining package credits. And even if you use one of your specialty dining credits, you may also have to pay extra. So be sure to read those terms and conditions. Ocean Blue is a seafood restaurant. So if you love seafood, you're going to want to head here at some point during your sailing. And then here we are back into the shopping area. So there's a number of different shops. As you know, if you've cruised before, there's always some type of souvenir shop as well as a lot of jewelry and watch shops as well. This is Sugar King Mojito Bar. This has live music in the evenings and obviously a lot of different styles of mojitos. So now we're going to head over to the other side of the waterfront just to show you it's on both sides. It basically goes around the entire deck, which is great to enjoy. And it has different types of seating. So there's restaurant seating, but then also this great lounge seating. So now we're going to zip up here. On the other side, there's the bake shop. This is an extra charge by the item. This is a great stop if you love those specialty cupcakes, macarons, specialty chocolates. What would you pick? Tell me in the comments. Would you be headed here for one of these specialty bake treats, or would you be headed outside here to the gelato? Again, this is also an extra charge, but it's absolutely delicious. Here we are at the Alist Bar, which is the bar in between Cagney's and Los Lobos restaurants, two of the additional specialty restaurants. Cagney's is the steakhouse. This is a very busy, so you definitely want to make your reservations in advance. You can do this by talking to me, your travel agent, or by logging into your ncl.com account, accessing your reservation, and then making your dining reservations. Those do become available as you get closer to sailing. Los Lobos is the Mexican restaurant. I really enjoyed it. I love the corn dish. It was really tasty. So now we're down a deck. We are now down on deck 7. This is the Manhattan room, one of the included dining rooms. There's 3 included dining rooms, Manhattan, Taste, and Savor. Manhattan is the largest. As you can see, lots of long tables here. And here's a peek at the menu. The menu varies slightly by dining room, so you'll want to check to see which menu you like best each night. There's also boards around the ship that highlight how busy each of the dining rooms are, with green meaning it's a minimum wait, yellow meaning it's getting busy, and red meaning you're in for a longer wait. On this deck is also the casino. The casino has a lot of options. It also has the Skyline Bar, which is a very pretty bar, I think, for a casino bar. There's slots, table games, there's smoking. Smoking is glass enclosed, which helps cut down on the secondhand smoke effect. And they call this area 678, which these open atriums where you can see down. Now we moved a little bit more up in the ship. This is the local. This is another included dining option. It's pub food. They have different themes nights, so you might find a prime rib night. It's also usually very crowded because a lot of people want to see what's going on down on deck 6 in the atrium, where they play trivia and they do all kinds of different games. If you love games on cruise ships, you're going to want to head to the atrium in the morning. You can just camp out there all day as a number of different games and programmings take place. You can see here they're playing trivia. You can play from up here along the rail. You just may have to shout a little bit louder if you end up winning to get the host's attention. There is a small little arcade area. There is a much larger arcade down on deck 5. I'll show you that later in the tour. There's also bowling. These are not included. These are an additional charge, but it's nice to have a little area to hang out and play, especially if the adults want to hang out and play trivia. They can send the kids over to play some video games. Now we are headed to the theater. One unique thing about Norwegian is they do Broadway-styled shows, full length. It's absolutely incredible. These do require a reservation, so you don't need a paper ticket, but linked to your onboard account, you can make a reservation for a show. You do this the same way you make your dining reservations. Talk to your travel agent or log into your ncl.com account, and you'll be able to make those reservations. Q Texas Smokehouse. This is a barbecue. This is new to the Bliss, this concept. It is extra fee, so it's by the item pricing, and it turns into a really fun country bar at night. We came here one night to take line dancing. They also had a band playing favorite country hits, so look in the program to see what nights those are going to be while you're on board, and they're definitely a lot of fun. All right, here we are down in the atrium. This place is always so crowded. If you get on board and you head here and you are totally overwhelmed by the crowds, get out of there. There's so many other dining areas and restaurants and places to hang out. And yes, there is a Starbucks on board. So for those of you Starbucks junkies, you don't have to give it up for a week. There is a Starbucks available. But I mean, I was shocked at how busy this bar was when we first got on board. I wanted to tell everybody, like, there's other bars here, right? So don't be overwhelmed. All right, headed back here. This is where the creperie is. So this is Coco's. It has chocolates and crepes. This is an extra fee by the item, but very popular after dinner. As for dessert, a lot of people line up to have one of these special treats. Across the way is the social. This is where the nightlife takes place. There was a comedy show here one night. It also turned into a nightclub later on in the evening. Folks remember from the Getaway, if you saw the Getaway, this was where the piano bar and the comedy club were. So they moved the piano up to the district brew house, and then this space becomes much more diverse in what it's offered. And one great thing they did is they started offering the comedians in the theater, so a lot more people could go. I really like that in the programming on the Bliss. Here's the teppanyaki tables. So you see they separated teppanyaki or hibachi tables, depending on what you call them, from the Asian. So if you just want Asian, you head up to Food Republic. If you want the teppanyaki tables where the chef cooks in front of you, you're going to be here in teppanyaki. Then headed back here to Mix Bar. This is the bar in between the other 2 included dining rooms, Savor and Taste. This area gets very crowded at night as people are waiting for tables. The busiest time people are trying to go to dinner is usually around 7:30. So if you want to go right when the dining room's open or plan on going around 8:30 at 9, that can help minimize your wait time. If you have a large group that you're trying to sit together, I recommend going right when the restaurant opens because you'll have the best chance of all getting seated together. And then you can also try to work with the maitre d' and the hostess to set things up for the rest of the cruise at the included dining room. Some of my clients have been lucky in working with the maitre d' and the host or hostess to have tables ready for them as long as they came right when the dining room opened. Now we are down on deck 5. This is where all the kids clubs are. This is Entourage, which is the teen program. There's also a video arcade. This is what I was talking about before, from up in the locals. This is the much larger video arcade. This is not included. This is an extra fee. If you're enjoying this video, I would love it if you would like, comment, or subscribe. You can subscribe by clicking the logo in the lower right of this video. Lets me know you like what I'm doing, so I'll keep it up. I post new videos every Tuesday. This is Splash Academy, the supervised programming for kids 4 to 12. If you have any questions, send me an email, Angie@tripswithangie.com. Thanks.